The NFL is back.
I'm in my 14 carats. I'm 14 carat.
We're going to have to talk about that. Being a Bears fan, though.
You say I got a touch. So good, so good. Make you never wanna leave.
Selena Gomez, little young lady, grew up pretty quick.
She seems a little young still for me to get into this song. Like, I just want to look good for you, and it's kind of like, you're still a little bit young.
Right. She's got this other song, "The Heart Wants," what the heart wants, or something. And the video is very, very emotional.
Are you like, all I can think of when I hear her or see her is that she was banging around with Justin Bieber.
That's all.
That's all I can think of.
Like her hotness like drops.
Yeah,
because like she allowed Justin Bieber to break her heart.
Now the only thing that elevates her in my mind is I saw her on George Lopez's show. That's how long ago this was.
Okay.
He had a show,
right, on FX or something.
It was like maybe I can't remember.
Okay,
TBS. I think Conan took over his spot.
Oh, okay.
When he went away. She actually was talking about how she dumped him.
Oh.
And because she didn't like, because he was a douchebag.
Oh, okay.
Because he's so douchey.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, I outgrew him.
Wow. Well, then she...
And I was like, well, at least someone sees that this kid's a shithead. And then he got a little older and he started doing this, getting arrested and
right. Racing his dad.
Yeah, acting like a total rich
spitting
dickhead.
on fans or pissing on fans. I can't remember which one it was. Anyway, welcome to the Bill and Joe Show. We are brought to you by TomSlatin.com, SLATIN.com, photographer, website builder, just a overall artsy dude. Make sure to go over to TomSlatin.com and check his gallery out. Now, as we were talking, the NFL season started. Me being a New England Patriot fan, you being a Chicago Bear fan.
Right.
Our weekends went a little bit different.
Right.
Do you have any? What did you take away from the game?
From the Patriots game?
No. From the Bears game. Like as I had told you on Sunday, have you ever tried FanDuel?
No, because I don't like to spend money like that. Like I know I'm gonna lose.
How do you know that you're gonna lose?
Because I have terrible luck.
Okay.
It's one of those things. Like I don't even buy apps that cost more than $1. It's like, oh, it's a little risky. $3, am I gonna like it?
Yeah.
Whereas when I was a kid, I'd spend $50 on the new Nintendo game or something.
Right. So, well, like FanDuel. Well, if you ever change your mind, I have a little code that you could use.
Oh, really?
And we could both enter into the $1 million draft or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Free of charge. You don't even have to make a deposit.
Oh,
so.
Well,
anyway, so I started doing this FanDuel thing, and it's kind of cool because you pick your team, and then you want to keep an eye on all the games, and
right.
You know how it works.
Yep.
So Aaron Rodgers was my quarterback last week, and he did great for me.
Right.
Unfortunately, he was against the Bears. What did you take away from the game yesterday as far as looking forward?
Well, I think the first half, you probably took away the same thing I was. Like, hey, this might not be so bad. These Bears might have something.
I was impressed. No huddle offense the whole time.
And they made it through, and then but the very first pass Jay Cutler threw, which was like the third offensive play they had.
Right.
I just said interception. Like it was a knee-jerk reaction. Like, and there's a pick.
Well, I thought their game plan was great. I thought Jay ran the offense pretty well. But yeah, when they were down by 8 and there was like less than 3 minutes left, I literally said, "Come on, Jay, you're gonna fuck it up."
He's gonna throw an interception.
Sure as shit.
And
right.
there it is.
There it is.
Boom.
Clay Matthews.
It's like you can just rely on it.
Yeah.
And in that, it's a little, ensuring. Like You just know what you're going to get this weekend.
A little disheartening for that to be your quarterback?
Well, yeah, if you want to look at it negatively. But I think if you want to be like, here's this team that I love and I'm invested in.
Sure. And
I know what to expect out of this franchise that it's because really it's just entertainment.
Right.
And I'm playing it safe by watching them because I know what's going to happen.
Okay. So you're actually preparing yourself for disappointment.
Yeah, that first half score is what allowed me to get my hopes up, which was stupid.
Okay.
That was foolish. The first quarter, I'm like, yeah, this is all good and fun. The Packers are going to turn it on.
Right.
And then that end of the half, you're like, well, I don't know. These Packers don't look so good.
I don't know. And I was impressed with every aspect. Were you on board with the John Fox hiring? Like, I mean,
no, not really.
Didn't really do anything for you?
The NFL always wants to blame the coach. Like,
sure.
Let's get rid of the coach. And they can't get rid of their biggest problem, which is their quarterback. They need someone else.
He's too expensive, yeah.
And they shopped him around. They couldn't get rid of him.
Right.
And so what are you going to do?
Well, and everybody always gives Cutler a hard time for being such a crybaby. For being shopped around, I expected Jay Cutler to just come out and care even less than he did before. So for the fact that he came out there and he actually played a pretty decent game, I mean, 18 for 36 or something like that. I mean, his accuracy wasn't that great, but I expected a lot worse.
Well, I think he's a guy that cares about life. As far as how he's perceived in his job, and I think he cares about doing well and winning, and I think he is competitive. But I also think he's kind of like, well, I married a hot chick.
We're both filthy rich.
We're both millionaires. I got kids. That's great. I'm going to play the game as long as they'll let me. So we'll see what happens. And he doesn't have that, like, because if he does lose, it's like, oh, man, this press conference is going to suck.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, man, I let my team down. Right. I gotta hunker down and figure, we got to nail this out, guys. It's more like, shit. Well, it's not going to be a fun 4 days of media, so
right.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. Jay, how do you feel about that? Well, yeah, I mean, we just got to try harder, I guess. And he's very like, and we'll try harder.
And then if they win, it's the same thing. It's like, we went out there and we executed a really good game plan, and
Yeah, you never really see passion from him either way. You never see like
he never makes a joke.
You never see a Brandon Marshall last year could make an amazing catch, tie the game or for the win.
Right.
And they never showed that clip of him like fist pumping, like, yeah, woo!
Right.
And the guy running back and like jumping to,
right.
Whereas like an Aaron Rodgers or even like a what's his name from New Orleans, Drew Brees, you'll see those guys getting fired up,
right?
And they're like, you could see that they're so excited.
So you're saying that after Jay Cutler throws a touchdown, an amazing touchdown, he's not running to the end zone to headbutt the wide receiver.
Yeah, you'll see like the one fist pump that's like, got it, and then that's it,
nailed it.
And then he gets off the field so the kicking team can come on.
He gets a glass of water. Nailed it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad that football's back. You excited about
that? Oh, I know. It's so fun to because it's like all consuming now,
right?
Like, because even though they only play 1 day a week, but then you have the Monday and the Thursday and then there's all the talk in between,
right?
And that's the sad part, is baseball's been kind of shoved away,
right? But,
and I'm really, you and I both have teams that are
sure
in the playoffs,
sure,
and we're both really looking forward to see how that plays out,
right? Well, and once baseball gets into the playoffs, NFL will kind of take a back seat to that, I think. I mean, once we get past the wild card.
Yeah.
Once we get into the divisional playoffs. That's usually when we take it back over from the NFL.
But like the Cubs were on Sunday, and I would have rather watched that game than the Bears game, as it turned out.
As it turned out. Now, how you guys are holding the second wild card right now, or the first?
No, they're still in the second, but they're about to play the Pirates, who hold the first.
Okay.
And they could just knock them right out.
They could have a swing.
Yep.
Okay. The other sporting event that happened over this weekend, and I'm sure that you're very upset about missing it, is Floyd Mayweather fought his quote unquote last fight.
I forgot that was even happening. Like, that got no press.
No,
I feel like
because he was fighting some guy who's lost 3 of his last 6 fights,
and it was just let me get to 50, check the box, and
49.
Oh, I thought that was 50.
Nope, 49. The Rocky Marciano holds the record. Or I guess now Floyd and Rocky hold the all-time record of 49-0. My question to you is, do you think that Floyd's going to stay retired? Do you think that on the precipice of 50-0 being the all-time,
Right.
do you think he's going to stay retired and pass up on that payday? Because everybody would watch that fight just to see if he could make it there to 50-0,
Well,
regardless of who he fights.
I think he feels like he's the best, and he has to prove that he's the best. So he's going to have to do one more.
Can you imagine how much money HBO and Showtime are throwing at him to just sign the contract with their network?
Just so they can have that announcement.
That one fight, yeah, that
Just for
Floyd's
that-
coming back.
Just for that headline.
Yeah. It's so stupid. It's a stupid amount of money. But his fight went off without a hitch, like most of his fights do. And he's done. He's walking away from the sport of boxing. He's done everything that he can.
Wow. I thought it was 50. I see.
No,
That's
nope.
how much I know about it.
49-0. Well, you watched the Pacquiao fight with me, so I give you a little bit of
watch
credit.
that.
Did you hear that he also did an intravenous drug before that fight? And the boxing commission found out about it?
I feel like I remember hearing about that. So what was it?
Well, he ended up getting a injection of a steroid that is okay to use.
Okay.
So the actual substance is okay, but it's the fact that he put it in his vein that it's illegal.
Oh, so the fact that he didn't take it orally, or
I don't know. I don't even know how you
rub it in like a cream.
right. Put it on a Ben Gay stick. And I don't
inhale it.
I don't. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know what the steroid was, but I would imagine that would come in a pill form. Everything else does.
Sure.
But he's done. I think that he's gonna come back, and Pacquiao's already chasing after him again now that he's healthy or will be healthy.
Wants the rematch. I don't think he does the rematch as his 50th though.
with Pacquiao.
Yeah.
You know how much money that would make though.
But that would be too risky.
Yeah.
I think. Don't you?
A healthy Manny,
Right.
And Floyd's at 38 years old
Yeah.
for the 50th. Yeah, if you're gonna fight Berto for your 49th,
Right.
I've never even heard of.
But if you're a person, and this is maybe he's not, but if you're a person of integrity and you want to be the best, then don't you want to only just like the female MMA fighter
Ronda Rousey?
Yeah. She wants only the best.
Right.
She's not doing these let me fight these 10 fights and make a name no, she's like, give me your best.
Right.
I'll beat any of you.
Yeah.
And she'll out-train you and that, to me, she's a much more respectful fighter because she's just throwing it all out there.
Now, she can be hot. But like Floyd has done that one time for me when he fought Canelo Alvarez, who was like 23. He's this Mexican redhead dude. He was like 25-0. I mean, he was kind of a big deal, and he was like half of Floyd's age. And they made that fight happen, and I was like, Floyd's gonna get creamed. This is gonna be so much fun to watch. I hope he puts up pictures of his broken face on.
No, I thought you were a
Instagram.
Floyd fan.
It took that fight to make me a Floyd fan.
I see.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I think that he's an arrogant, prick. But as far as boxing goes, like he's beat all of my favorite boxers: Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton. He made an embarrassment out of Victor Ortiz. But so he came into the Canelo fight, and I'm rooting for Canelo.
Yeah.
And he came out and he like just boxed the shit out of him. Like he taught him, like it was a boxing lesson. Like I'd never seen anybody just destroy somebody in the ring like that. It was amazing to watch. And that day, I was like, I can't deny it anymore.
Well, and he was hanging out with Johnny Manziel and Justin Bieber at some party, right?
It's a good crowd.
Was
to
it
keep.
somebody's birthday or something?
They were just in Vegas,
Or they were
think.
just hanging out partying.
Just hanging out partying.
And any guy who is my age,
Right.
how old is he?
38.
Yeah,
Older than
he's
you.
older than me.
Right.
Any guy older than me that wants to hang out with Justin Bieber
And Johnny
multiple
Manziel.
times,
Dollar.
and Johnny, what kind of mentality? What? It's a weird. He's so immature.
Yeah, I think when it comes to that, I think Bieber walks into the ring with him.
Yeah,
Carrying his goddamn belts.
That's how tight they are.
Right, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Bieber shouts out to him in his little love songs and stuff. It's like I don't understand that.